Hey, what's up, bro?
Hey Brian, how you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. It's a lovely day today, even though it's raining.
Yeah, what? It's raining where you're at?
Yeah, it is. It's not terrible, but there's some thunderstorms over in the east
It's
coast of the U.S.
oh yeah, East Coast always gonna rain.
Yeah,
Hey,
for sure.
let me see if I need to turn mine sideways to match yours.
All right.
Does that make the picture bigger for you?
Yeah, it
Or does
does. Afterwards, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna piece it. Like I'm taking a recording of the screen right here, so I'm
yeah?
just gonna take that recording and put it on this entire big area. So how it looks
Does
right
it matter?
now is yeah, it
Yeah.
really doesn't. It's okay. Perfect.
Cool. I'll leave it up there. I can see it better.
There you go. There you go. So let's get talking about fitness.
Let's do it.
Perfect. So I can see in the background there you have like a little gym setup. So did you have that before this whole quarantine?
Bro, you know what is funny, right? I'm in the gym about a week before the whole any type of quarantine talk.
Mhm.
And I told a guy that I was training in the gym, I was like, you know what, man, I'm gonna build me a gym in my backyard. And I
Let's
went and bought
go.
loose steel, started welding it together. Actually, prior to coming up with the design, I was out just by the beach in San Diego, and there was a just a random pull up bar, and I was like, what that? But it was like it had four sides to it. It's just like a big square, and I was
Mhm.
like, I'm gonna build me one of these. And so that's where I got the idea from. And then we're in the gym one day, and I tell my buddy, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna build a gym at the house. And I just went and got the steel and started building it. And as I'm building it, they're talking about quarantine. Gyms are the first thing to get the hack. I'm like, oh my god! So it worked out perfectly.
That is perfect. To be honest, I wish I was a little bit more prepared. I have like a little gym home set up myself, but it's nothing too crazy. Now yours actually looks pretty nice though. I like that. What else? What do you have? What do you have in there? Is that like just a garage setup?
You want me to show you?
Yeah, I would love that.
Yeah, is this interview time right now, or what do you got going on?
Well, we're kind of like a mixture, just kind of getting to know who Brian is, kind of just a little get to know like the background side of everything.
Let me flip it around for you. So this is my patio,
Dude,
actually.
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's got these roll up garage windows. I don't know if you can see how because it's kind of dark inside here right now. But I just bought this. I went and bought a Smith machine because I was like, man, I like what I built, but with a Smith machine, you know, you got all the cables, you get the proper form with everything, right?
Yeah.
But this is what I built. So these are 10 foot tall. These uprights right here.
Hmm.
So I built these. I concrete tapped them into used tap cons to put them into the concrete. So it's got
Perfect.
four uprights. It's got a pull up bar here. It's got a pull up bar on this side. And these are different size bars. So you get different size grips. And then over here, you remember American Ninja Warrior, how they do a salmon bar where
Yeah, yeah,
it's like
yeah.
a bar where they jump.
Hmm.
I couldn't figure out how to do the jumping thing. So I just welded one here and one above it. And I just jumped from one to the other. And then these pieces here, these cables,
That's pretty
I
cool.
bought these pulleys and cable. It's just like a dog runner. And so I just made my own little pulley setup. This is like a just a pipe that I drilled a hole in and put this bolt in it,
Yeah.
and then so you can put your plates on it, connected to this pulley right here.
Dude, that's pretty badass.
Yeah, it works. It works, man. So it's just I got two of them. I got one, and this is a low pulley. So I ran and put another pulley at the bottom. So this pulley works down low. And then I just started going and buying like off of Facebook Marketplace
Hmm.
weights. I bought this bar, this Olympic bar with these plates, and then the bench. I got that like at Dick's Sporting Goods, and I just bought a lot of accessories like the ab hangers, different grips, a fat grip, and then this piece over here I've just had for a long time, which is just another like pull up bar, dip bar station.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I got this stuff too. I bought some little parallel bars, um, for doing dips, and then I got this tire for the whole like flipping the tire thing. Um, that's pretty much it, man. I got a bunch of little accessories that I bought like off of Amazon. Different grips. I bought like an arm blaster. You familiar with that? The arm blaster?
I am not, but let me see what it looks like.
Oh, yeah. Let me grab it. Hold on. This thing's actually pretty cool, man. So Basically, it's just like this hard plastic right here. You
Yeah.
put this strap over your head, and when you're doing curls, it
Oh,
keeps
that's
your
sick.
when you're doing curls, right?
So you get that good form.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, dude,
Um,
that's sick.
we used to use these. That's where I first seen that back in the day. You know, when he was on it.
Dude, that's baller. I like that. I need to get one of those.
Yeah, they're pretty dope, man. They're dope.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah, for sure, no doubt. But I'll tell you this: like, I'm proud of like building the setup back there myself.
Mhm.
But that Smith machine, bro, that's where it's at right there.
Yeah,
You
for
can
sure.
with it. Yeah, Smith machine is dope.
Those cables are pretty sick too. I mean, the Smith machine has cables on it too that you could just kind of like do
Yeah,
whatever, right?
right. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
got
that's pretty
upper
cool.
cable with them, and then it's got a lower cable, and then it's got a pec deck.
I'm
And
not
it's
gonna
got.
lie, dude. I'm pretty envious of your setup. That's so sick.
I'm enjoying it, man. I'm
Dude, that's
enjoying it.
dope. It's outside. You got like half of it outside, half of it inside, like with the garage open. That is so fire. I like the bench. Everything is so sick in that little area.
Thank you. My wife isn't too happy. She likes it.
What?
This is on the patio. You know, this is our like outdoor patio area where we watch TV and hang out. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I said, all right, babe, we're gonna draw a line. You get half the patio, and I get half for the gym. She's like,
Let's go.
no. She's like, no. She wants me to pour concrete out there and add on, you know, out into the backyard.
Happy wife, happy life.
That's right. That's absolutely critical, no
All
doubt.
right, perfect. So let's just get right into the major questions of the interview and then kind of stem from there. See, find out a little bit more about Bryan and, your fitness journey and see how we can get people inspired and just make them want to, change their lives essentially.
Absolutely, man. Let's jump into it.
Perfect. So first and foremost, you have a fitness page. And what made you decide to make your fitness page and become a fitness influencer?
So, do you actually know my story? My
I actually
backstory?
don't, and I would love to hear it all.
Let me tell you this first. Have you ever met anyone that escaped from prison?
Oh my God, no way, Bryan. Do not tell me that is what is happening right now.
No, have you ever met anyone?
No, I haven't. No.
I did.
Let's go. Let's go.
So in 2007, I'm sitting in prison. I got a 10-year sentence. And when the judge sentenced me, he looked at me and he said, it's clear that what happened was an accident. And if you would have went to trial, you would have been found not guilty. He said, but because you didn't come and tell us what happened, I'm going to give you 10 years to think about it.
Damn.
Honestly, I felt like I was in the twilight zone. I was just like, what did you just say? I'm innocent and you just sentenced me to 10 years because I didn't tell you what happened.
Wow.
So I just got a huge chip on my shoulder at that point. I was just like, I'm getting out of here. I'm not doing 10 years. You tell me to do 10 years, I'm not going to do it. So they send me up the road, which means going to prison. I get there and immediately I'm looking like, how can I get out of here? How can I get out of here? As is everyone else in prison. There's no guy that's in prison that's like, yeah, I'm home. This is great. They're all saying, if the fence falls, I'm gone. So there's a difference though. There's the guys that are like looking, thinking, talking, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then there's like 1% of the people that are like actually planning something to get out of there. And I was one of them people that I was like, I put my mind to it and I was like, I'm getting out of here. So ultimately what happened was, and by the way, I'm not escaped anymore. I did get caught. So
True. No, I figured because I want to see you like doing the interview if that were the case.
right.
You know what I mean?
So
Yeah,
what
for sure.
happened was, as I'm planning this out, I came up with different scenarios. And ultimately, the best one that I could come up with in my head was I needed help getting out of there. Like, you're just not getting out alone. So I had a relationship with a female officer that it was to the point that it didn't matter what I asked for, said, did, nothing mattered. It was whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted it, however I wanted it. So I came back from work one day after I concocted my plan, and I go in and I tell her, I'm like, look, I'm leaving. I'm escaping. She's like, what? What are you talking about? I said, yeah, I'm leaving. I can't do it anymore. And she was like, you can't do that. And I was like, yeah, I am going to do it. And you're going to help me, or you can go turn me in right now. Which one do you want to do? And
Damn.
she's like, she put her head down. Listen, and this story gets kind of crazy, right? So I'm not laughing at what happened because I do feel bad about it.
Yeah.
She puts her head down on the counter and starts crying. And she said, you're going to have me in prison. And I said, you're not going to be in prison. We're going to be in paradise. Listen to the plan. And so she's like, okay, what is it? So the plan was she was to come to work with a camera hidden in her lunchbox, with a blue piece of cloth with a camera, another shirt that I could wear. I'm going to take a picture, like a photo ID picture. And then now let me back it up a little bit. I had internet access while I was in there. All the things that most people aren't doing are the things that I was doing. So we had internet access, which we were not supposed to have. In 2007, hardly anyone had a cell phone inside there. We had a cell phone. We were starting a website from prison called Inmates Gone Wild. We never got to publish it, but we were working on it.
That's
We
so
had an underground radio station playing from inside there for an entire year, from inside prison. Nobody could figure it out. They were like, what
how the
is
hell does that happen?
it? Doesn't happen. But we made it happen. And here's the thing, like in life, right?
Mhm.
Veering off from that subject, whatever we're nothing but a reflection of our thoughts, right? So whatever you sit around and think about, you start to hear it in your head, you start to speak it, you start to believe it, you act on it. That's what you put out. Whatever you put out is what comes back to you. So ultimately, no matter what your situation is, if you want something bad enough and you believe it and you really apply yourself, you're going to make it happen no matter what.
Mhm.
And that's just how I've always operated. So I was like, I know I can get out of here. So the plan ultimately was get fake IDs made, get airline tickets, um, uh, um, what is it called? Birth certificates we had made, all of it online. You could get all that stuff pretty much made online. So we got it all made, and then she was going to bring a uniform, a correction officer uniform for me to wear and walk right up out of there, walk like from where I worked at, out of the maintenance building. So it was 2007, right around Thanksgiving, and it was time to go. And she actually went through with the plan. She brought me the uniform, already had the ID made, had the birth certificate, had the airline tickets, and she brought the uniform. I put it on. Now, there's a few more little things, like there was cops over here. We had to get ready and like hide in a trash pile to get ready because a friend of mine escaped with me. So when we get the uniform on, we walked right past two cops, two officers. They didn't pay no attention. Walked right past them. Just like,
Sick.
see you later. So I actually leave, and long story. When we leave, things start to go wrong. And at that point, she's like, look, I'll take you wherever, because the guy that was supposed to be helping, he was like, oh, I can't help. My kid is sick. My kid's in the hospital or something. I'm like, man, I just escaped from prison. What are you talking about? He's like, look, just go with my little brother, man. And so I went with his little brother. His little brother ends up calling the cops. They chased us.
No.
Yeah, they chased us for like 10 hours on foot. They had over 100 cops chasing us. They had helicopters, boats, swam through a river. I almost drowned in a river.
God
Um,
damn it.
now, I had been working out for years.
Mhm.
That's all you do in prison, work out all day, which is where my fitness journey began, and which is why I'm into fitness now. Because in there, you're either going to carry yourself as a man and present yourself to the entire population as a man, or if you're going to present yourself as flimsy, you're going to get ran over, taken advantage of, and possibly worse. So I knew coming in there at 155 pounds, 5'10", white guy, I'm not going to let myself be a target. So I just, I got into fitness as soon as I got in there. So at the time when I escaped, I was in pretty good shape. So I had been running for hours and hours and hours that day while they were chasing us, but I got dehydrated so bad. Both of my legs, my hamstrings would Charlie horse, and they would bend all the way, like they were stuck, and I'd be laying face down. Luckily, I had a co-defendant with me who could bend my legs back out. And now at one point, I'm barefooted, I'm bleeding from running through the woods. I cut my head open. I lost my shoes in the river. I'm dehydrated. My legs are Charlie horses. So I'm having to run stiff-legged without bending my knee to keep my legs from Charlie horsing. Ultimately, in the end, we got caught that evening. A state trooper caught us, took me back to prison, and they put me in solitary confinement for 2.5 years. Solitary confinement means you're by yourself, locked in a room. When they first put me in this cell, They lock. There's two doors to the cell. No type of sunlight penetrating, no window. And they said, your ass will not be getting out of here. I'm like, yeah, I don't plan on trying to get out of here, but okay. Down below me was a death chamber. My next door neighbor was on death row. And there's only 24 out of over 100,000 cells in Florida. There's only 24 of these type of cells that they call maximum management, which is like the worst of the worst. And it was basically a situation where it's either going to make you or break you, one of the two. And I'm talking about like mentally, emotionally,
Yeah, for
even.
sure.
So
Getting
I
lost
knew,
in your head.
huh?
Getting like lost in your head.
Oh yeah, it's bad. Like there's guys back there that are hanging themselves because they don't know how to deal with the pressure. And so ultimately this is also where the name of my my fitness platform comes in, because when they locked that door behind me and it just felt like the entire world was closing in around me, you can't see people anymore. All the officers that work there are mad. I mean, I just had a female correctional officer help me escape from prison. They're not happy about this shit. So
What
when
happened to
they're
her?
huh?
Did they know that she helped you out?
Oh, she went to prison.
Ah, damn.
Yeah, yeah, she got caught too. Yeah, it was all bad. So you can imagine they're pretty pissed off. And when they're coming to feed me my tray, they're spitting in my food or dumping it on the floor,
Damn.
just playing little games, and many more games than that. But it's all designed to do one thing, and that's break you.
Break you, yeah.
And so my neighbor, who was on death row, one day him and I were talking through the vent. I never got to see this guy; I could only hear him through the vent. And we're talking, and he's like, "Hey, bro, shoot your fishing line out from under the door." So I shoot my line out there, which is just a string that you make that you can like slide it out under the crack of the door. He shot. They tangle together, and you pull them back and forth. And he sent me this program over called Siddha Yoga Program, and that was the biggest evolutionary point in my entire life. Like as far as like a pivotal point where my life just changed was sitting in that solitary confinement cell. And what happened was, in learning a new way of thinking and learning a new way of responding and reacting to things, and like a new way to just look at things, what I now attribute that to is I flipped the kill switch on all the negativity of my life. When I learned that there's only negative and positive, there's nothing in between. And it's all about how you look at things, how you react to things, how you respond to things. It doesn't matter what's going on around you. What matters is how you think about it, how you respond to it. And I learned right then, right there in that cell, and I spent years studying it, that the most powerful asset that we have is our mind. Like you can have a great nutrition program, you can work out all day, every day, but as soon as you get hit with adversity, if you don't have the proper mindset, all that subject to crumble.
Collapses, yeah.
It does. So that's like what sets me apart from a lot of trainers is that, and there's a ton of great trainers out there, don't get me wrong, but what sets me apart is the path that I have traveled, the adversity that I've gone through, faced, and endured, and ultimately overcome, is my ability to be able to teach people the mindset training that a lot of people can learn the same mindset training, but not in the same atmosphere. Where
Yeah,
you're
yeah, straight up.
constantly, I mean, we're hammered daily with just negativity all day long, every day, whether it's from the officers that work in there or just other prisoners that have just lost their mind, that are wanting to victimize people every single day. And so in my training program, that's my big thing that I push on people, is that the mindset. Like if you want to train, make sure that your mindset, your foundation is solid, so that everything you build upon that doesn't just crumble when you hit adversity. Um, so that's basically how I got into fitness, was going to prison. But I made it a lifestyle. I made it something that I thoroughly enjoy each and every day. And then when I'm not, like, when I was getting married a couple years ago, I kind of like just laid off, quit working out. It was like 1 week led into 2 weeks, 2 weeks, then it was a month. I just quit for a couple of years. And it was like my lowest point of like how I felt about myself. And one
Even
day,
lower than when you were in prison in solitary confinement?
oh, nothing compares to that. But out here, it was one of the lowest points. And so one day I woke up and I was just like, what am I doing? I know better than this. I know that I'm way more capable of what I'm doing. And again, I just flipped the kill switch and said, you know what? I'm getting rid of the negativity. Anything that's holding me back from making progress, I'm getting rid of it. So I got back into working out, and I've told my story a lot. Like, they're actually writing a movie about the story.
No
Like,
way.
yeah, it's a long, long story. Um,
Woo!
they're
I'll
currently
definitely have to get a
writing.
ticket for that one. And I'm sure some of the viewers would definitely want to see that movie as well, because this story alone, just picturing it in your head, it's amazing. It's wild. It's motivational. It's inspiring. There's like so much adversity. Like I'm telling you, dude. Like I'm loving all of this right now. It shows like I'm seeing like how strong you are mentally, and I'm really thinking like you're one in a billion. You know?
It's yeah, and honestly, I don't look at it that way. I believe that we all have the capability, the ability. It's a lot of times we've not been shown the way, or we haven't learned the way. Like, I didn't know until this guy sent me this program, and I started studying the program, and I was like, wow, this is a whole nother world that just opened up to me. And it got to a point that when I say the officers were like just trying to antagonize you, I would be sitting in my cell. 2.5 years is 30 months straight. And when I tell people, if you want an ideal of that, go lock yourself into your bathroom at your house for one day. Get rid of your phone, your tablet, your computer. Just one day. Lock yourself in the bathroom. Have somebody bring your food to the bathroom. After one day, you're going to be like, hey, let me out of here. I'm done with this. No, thank you. Your bathroom's way nicer than any prison cell. Much nicer. You're not going to deal with none of the adversity that you're going to deal with in prison. And I got to a point that I could sit in my cell the entire day. And when they would come by, the officers would come by and try to just push my buttons, try to antagonize me. Nothing could penetrate my mindset. It was just like, I don't care what y'all do. Have a great day. I would smile at them. You can't affect me anymore,
You
because
would
I know
love them.
it's just that I know it's up to me how I respond or how I react. You can spit in my food every day. You can throw it on the floor. You can come in here and tear my cell to pieces, threaten me, do whatever you want to do. It's up to me how I react to that. And when I realized that and implemented that, totally changed my life, 100%.
So, do you
So
teach your clients this yoga form that you learned yourself?
no, yeah, that is part of the mindset that I teach them. And when I said Siddha yoga, it's not like yoga that you're doing for the like stretching. It's Siddha, SIDDHA yoga, and that's just a mindset training program. But it's not like you're doing actual yoga fitness wise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, looking back at this time that you spent in prison and we're in solitary confinement, do you ever think back and are you grateful for where you are now?
So that's a great question, man. Somebody asked me that question the other day, like if you could go back and change it, would you? And I really thought about it, and I've thought about it often. And my answer is that that's 11 years I can never get back. 11 years of 43 years is a significant portion. That's like 1/4 of your entire life you've spent in prison. My daughter grew up. Well, my daughter was 9 when I went to prison. She was 21 when I came home. She grew up without me. I cannot replace that, right?
Yeah.
But everything that I went through and all of the knowledge that I gained, all the experience that I'm now able to share with people. I mean, I've had people from around the entire world just tell me, I get messages daily. They're just like, bro, you encourage me so much. You've helped me
Yeah.
change my life. And because of that, honestly, I wouldn't take it back. Ultimately, why I went to prison, I would love to take that back, because I'm not happy about that. But because of the experience, the sacrificing of my 11 years, but now I'm able to help so many people, I wouldn't take it back.
For
So
sure.
I'm grateful for that experience because of my ability to share my story. And I tell people daily, look, no matter what you're going through, it's all about your perspective. It's all about how you respond to it. And I can guarantee you, and I've been through a lot of stuff on the street, that 99% of the people have not traveled that path. The adversity we face out here is nothing compared to traveling the path that we travel. And if I can make it through that and still come out of that and still live a good life and be happy, because ultimately, no matter where you're at, like no matter how far you make it or how far you succeed, if you
Yeah.
don't have happiness, you got nothing. So to be able to still be happy after all that, I
That's
think
fucking amazing.
yeah.
It really is. That really is absolutely amazing. Like from what I'm hearing right now, I can only imagine like the mental strength that you got to have. You know what I mean? To really go through that situation just to be, dude, this is absolutely wild. You know what I mean? Like when I'm thinking, like I can't even begin to fathom your experience like at all. You know what I mean? And to be able to understand the depths of like your determination and like just your inner workings. You know what I mean? And the
Yeah,
way I'm thinking is I'm like thinking that there's like all these people in the world, and so many people go their entire life without having discipline, without being able to really have true insight and have self-awareness and self-control and really have an impact. You know what I mean? Like I'm hearing like the 11 years that you missed out with your daughter. That is that's so heartbreaking. You know what I mean? Like that's absolutely the worst. You know what I mean? But the strength that you have and the fact that they're making a movie about you, even if they weren't making a movie about you, like your story can touch the world. Like you can leave such a legacy behind. You've become a man that you can show your daughter that she can be proud of. You know what I mean? You're like such a successful story. You know what I mean? You may not see
absolutely.
that, but that's how I feel.
Yeah, no, I do see it that way, and not like being arrogant about it at all. But
Yeah.
I try to look at reality and try to analyze situations, even my life on the daily. And it is something that, when I came home like no. Let me back it up again. Whenever I got locked up in 2003. I got sent to prison in 2000. December 2005. I escaped in 2007. Well, in 2004, I had a home that was paid for that was in my name. It was my house that I was buying as when I was a younger guy, and I was like, all right, that's cool. I'll have something at least when I come home to fall back on because after 11 years, you're pretty much not going to have any of your material things left. So prior to getting out, my I had put that home in a family member's name. They took a loan out on it and never paid it back. So I was like, okay, I'll deal with it. So I lost that one little fallback. I lost it. And so when I came home, I knew that nobody owes me anything. Nobody's going to give me anything. I'm not asking for a handout. But I will tell you this, it was difficult. It was extremely difficult because like looking at my record is 10 pages long. Like I was a bad kid, man. I was I was a bad, out of control kid. And then a bad young man. So when you see my record, like if I came to you and you're an employer, meeting you, you might be like, all right, yeah, I'll give this guy a shot. As soon as you read my record, you're like, oh shit, where's the security button? Call security, get him out of here. So that's forever going to be hanging above my head. But even with that, I said, you know what? I don't give a damn about that. I'm going to keep pushing. I'm going to keep telling people I'm hungry. You could shut every door in my face. I'll go knock on another one. There's other doors. And
Yeah.
I'll keep doing that every damn day. And it was at a point when I came home that I didn't have anything, and I was literally picking bags of apples off of an apple tree and just drinking water because I didn't have anything. But I refused to like go panhandle or ask anybody for anything because I knew if I want it, I got to keep believing in it. I got to keep thinking that I'm going to make it, keep talking that I'm going to make it, keep projecting that to the world, and that's what's going to come back to me. And ultimately, that is what has come back because I just refused to give in. I wasn't going to give in, lay down. The only time you lose is when you lay down and quit.
Yeah.
We're going to
Exactly.
fail. You're going to
That's
make
right.
mistakes, right? You're going to get setbacks. But even in failing, that doesn't mean you're a failure unless you just quit. If you lay down and you wave the white flag of surrender, you've
Exactly.
just you've just quit. You're a loser because you choose to. And I
Yeah.
knew I'm not. And the other thing is accountability, right? And that
Mhm.
goes into my program. When I train people, I tell them immediately when we talk, the number one thing, if we become a fit, like if we can work together, is accountability. In that you have to agree to allow me to hold you accountable to the program 1000%. Because if not, if you're not going to say, yeah, that's cool, I'll be accountable, then basically we're just wasting each other's time.
Yeah.
And I'm just not going to train anybody that I feel like we're going to be wasting each other's
It's your
time
name
because
on the line. That's your brand.
it is, right?
Yeah.
That's what is going to reflect you in the end. So that's a big thing. And holding people accountable. it's big to me because I knew I got to hold myself accountable. If I want to overcome, statistically, like if you look at the people that have been to prison or have a record like I have, I should not be here today. I'm supposed to be back in prison.
You're killing
Stati-
it.
huh?
I said you're killing it.
Exactly. And it's because of one thing, the mindset, right? Coming home to all the adversity, to having absolutely nothing, to every job that I try to apply for, they're just like, no, 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 no. Most people would give up through that. And I just knew I'm not going to give up. I don't give a shit if I got to do this until I die. I won't ever give up.
Exactly. I just want to say from what I'm hearing right now, the strength that you have, the personality, the character, there is no reason why you cannot succeed. Like, I would love to work with you, man. Your energy just seems like, first of all, you would push me to make sure that I'm doing the absolute best that I can be. You know what I mean? And
Right.
just I don't know. I just love the energy. I like the talk. I like the experience. I like the fact that you have all this knowledge and you really know like the depths of things. And going on to what I was saying before, now this is where I'm going to go and tell a little bit of my story right here. Now, like my father wasn't really in the picture for my life either. He was in gangs, he's been in and out of jail. I haven't really seen him the majority of my life. He's always in and out. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I just want to go and speak on the perspective of your daughter. Like, she's lucky, man. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
even though you guys have both missed that time period, the fact that you're showing an effort, the fact that you are already so much better and you're clear in your mind, you're there, you care, that's huge. You know what I mean? You never stopped caring. You know what I mean? Coming from a father who never did care, never even had the opportunity to really bond or anything like that, your daughter is absolutely lucky. So I just want to clarify that right there, because you're killing it on so many ends. Don't feel like you have any regrets or there should be. Dude, I'm envious. You know what I mean? But in the end, every situation is their situation. So you just accept them for what they are, and you got to ride your wave and just be who you are. So like, that's just how it is. But also back to those people who you're talking about. You're talking about like all these, like if these people are judging me, if like they throw the door in my face. You know what, man? Your path right now, you are so clear of mind. You are so open. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say Zen or enlightenment, but like kind of like that. You're in like that Zen area. You know what I mean? Where you are so much higher mentally than so many people. So they have to be able to understand that. And you can go on your process and just keep on marketing the way that you are right now. Your story is so motivating. So like that past really doesn't have to do with anything. It all depends on who you are currently and what you're trying to do for people. I remember I was working a sales position before, and people told me, they said, they don't care what you have to say until they know how much you care.
I love that.
You know?
That's, that's absolutely true.
So that's what it comes down to, man. And like, I feel like this is the start of something absolutely huge. You sharing your story on this platform, people getting the chance to hear it right now, show how much you really do want to help them out. That's amazing. So
Yeah.
this is the start of something huge, man.
Thank you too. Thanks for having me on the platform, by the way.
Absolutely, of course.
You know what my biggest motivator while I'm sitting in prison, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I know eventually I'm going to get out of here like free after I escape. Now I'm going to get out of here the right way eventually. And I'm thinking like there is a ton of kids, young guys that are traveling a similar path or same path that I traveled as a young kid. If I could come home and share my story and just prevent one kid from taking that path, then to me, it's like everything that's the hugest, biggest accomplishment ever. And in sharing my story, how long I've been sharing it now, I've had tons of people say, man, you've helped me in so many ways. I mean, I've had people that were involved in things that could really derail their life completely. Tell me, man, I got out of that because of your story. And ultimately, it just gives me more satisfaction than anything. I don't even care about the monetary aspect of it. That's not even why I got into it. It's because I know that I have the ability to help people, and I thoroughly enjoy helping people because, we all need somebody to help us along the way. Nobody can make it all by themselves. And I'm constantly every day trying to look and learn and look at what other people are doing. Like, how is this person succeeding? Or even how did this person fail? How can I learn from that? How can I grow from that? And then in my growing, how can I reach back and help other people? So for me, the fitness aspect, like again, I worked out for years every single day. I thoroughly enjoy it. I was reading magazines so that I could learn more about it. I was under like trying to learn how my body reacted to certain exercises or doing this one for so long. I just spent all that time learning about it and then learning about the mindset portion of it. And then even inside prison, the nutrition is just absolutely horrible. All they do is give you food that makes you feel full, but it is not healthy. They're not feeding you like healthy food in there. But they do have what they call a canteen where you can, if you have money on your books, where you can go buy stuff from a store. It's all junk food, honey buns, Zoom Zooms, Wham Whams, candy bars, M&Ms. It's just like, what? What? It's crazy. It's horrible. Um, so in learning about all of that, I'm able to combine the fitness, the nutrition, and the mindset and put it into a program that I can actually share with people that in the end, people are just like, wow, this is great. When you're helping people improve their life, there's nothing better than that to me.
That is amazing, dude. I feel the exact same way. I'm just trying to still find my outlet to like how I can really impact people. It's always a life journey. I'm still young. I'm still just trying to figure that out. I feel the exact same way. Now, I do have another question for you. So you're, into this whole routine and this whole discipline. What do your mornings typically look like?
So I used to get up and it fluctuates, right? I used to get up about 5:30, 6 o'clock. And then about a few weeks ago, I was like, you know what? I feel like I'm not being as productive as I can be. I'm going to get up earlier than that. So I started getting up at 4:30. When I get up, I come down to my office. I have like a dry erase board and I'll erase it, write new words on it. And it's words that they're not all positive. Some of them are painful words, but they make me think. And so I'll write down either words that, like, mostly they're motivating words or words that I can encourage other people with, something that I start generating thoughts off of. Because again, we're just a reflection of our thoughts. So whatever we're thinking about, that's what we're going to project. Ultimately, we are a reflection of our thoughts. So first thing before I get interrupted with any of daily life, I go down and I write my words and I think about it's kind of like a form of meditation. And I spent a lot of time meditating while I was locked up. I don't do it anymore um, because life's way more busy out here than it was in there. And I just feel like I'm still playing catch up from those 11 years. I'll probably be playing catch up for the rest of my life. Um, so I just time wise, I'll work till midnight, 12:30, 1 o'clock, and then I'm right back up early in the morning, still going. So the very first thing if I'm feeling any type of negativity, I just blanket it immediately with positivity. I write my words out, and then from there, I just go to my like nutrition aspect. I do not cyclical, 16/8 intermittent fasting. So I only have like an 8-hour window for eating. And I usually don't start eating until about 11, 12, but I will consume a bunch of water or like a pre-workout drink early in the morning. That's kind of like my morning thing, and then I just go hit my workout first thing every morning.
That's awesome. So another question that I have for you as well is, what do you notice are your biggest challenges and struggles?
Biggest challenge,
Yeah.
getting myself out of the way of my own self. It's like life itself, everything that I come across, other people, other things, it's not a challenge. But sometimes I get in my own way. I'm maybe I feel like I'm not doing good enough, and I get hung up on that. And all that is my own thinking and the error in my thinking. And so my biggest obstacle in life is my own self. And sometimes I just have to sit back and analyze it and say, you know what? There's not a problem. You're just in the way of your own self.
That's a good
Um,
mentality. You gotta flip it the switch to make it seem like it's not that's not a negative thing at all. Like, I've been doing, like, a lot of, like, reading and stuff like that, and I'm, like, looking at what successful people do, and they say that they take accountability for absolutely everything. They're saying, "If it's raining outside, it's because of me." You know what I mean? Because if you start giving the power to other people and, like, other things, you have no control. You know what I mean?
uh,
So you gotta learn to control the situation, and by saying that you're creating these situations, you ultimately take the most control of your life.
that that is absolutely critical. I love the fact that you're talking about that, reading about it, because I tell people about that so much. The accountability index is just like, once you learn to accept accountability for things and be accountable and then hold yourself accountable and control your life through controlling your thoughts, your entire life changes. No matter where you're from, no matter what you're look, again, I grew up in like just keep it real, it's white trash neighborhood for the most part, around a bunch of poor white people. Most of the people that I grew up with are either dead, they're in prison, or just strung out on drugs. Um, and again, statistically, I shouldn't be here, but it's because I changed my mindset and I control my life through my mindset. And I hold myself accountable every damn day. And I make mistakes along the way, like anybody, but I try to analyze those and say, all right, how can I grow from that? How can I be better from that? How can I share that mistake with other people so they don't make that mistake?
That's the ultimate gift that you can give someone. You know what I mean? What's the point of dying with all this message, like this information that we have? You know what I mean? You gotta give your resources to other people. Like that's the most important thing you can give someone is education. Teaching a man to fish is like that's the best form of love. You know what I mean?
For sure. Yeah, teaching the man to fish is far greater than bringing a man a bucket of fish.
Straight up.
It's
Straight
far
up.
greater. Yeah,
Exactly. Then they'll learn to what's it called? Like savor it or enjoy it a little bit more.
they do. Well, you learn value, you learn discipline, self-discipline. You learn so much through
Gratitude.
gratitude. Yeah, for sure. Somebody just constantly gives you stuff on a silver platter. You never have gratitude for it. You're not disciplined to go out there and create it yourself. This, yeah, I love helping people. I love it.
That's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. Now, give me 1 second because I want to make sure that my camera is still recording. So I'm just going to
Yeah,
get up real quick and just check behind. Okay.
cool. Go ahead.
Cool. Okay. So unfortunately, the camera has actually run out of memory, which stinks. But I'm still recording. I'm still recording through the actual Zoom application. So it's
Yeah,
just going to be like a lower quality on my end. So that's perfectly fine. It really doesn't even matter. But yeah. So let's just get on to the next question then. Right? You ready?
yeah, absolutely.
All right. Awesome. So let's see. Let's see. Okay. Perfect. We'll ask this one right now. So, how did you start to grow your page?
So well, it's funny because I don't know a lot about social media, right?
Hmm.
And I didn't know like you got to really niche down, you got to tell people exactly what you're about. I was just posting random whatever. So I was just like, my social media thing's really not doing much. Then the advertisements that pop up on social media,
Yeah.
Brandon Carter popped up, and I was like listening to his ad, and I was like, this dude seems really genuine. And then it kept popping up, I guess, because I clicked on it one time. So as it kept popping up, I kept listening to it. And I'm like, man, you know what? I'm gonna pay like whatever it was. I think it was like $30 for it. Like it was kind of like a little teaser of his course, his online personal training course. And when I bought that little like teaser, his partner called me like right after I bought it. And I was like, what? This is weird. But it was kind of cool that they were that responsive. So we kind of like hit it off, and they signed me up for like a webinar, went through the webinar, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to join this program. So I joined their online training program. Phenomenal program, by the way. And one day we're on a Zoom video conference, and they said, anybody got questions? There was like 100 people on there. So I threw a question in there about my social media. And Brandon, the guy that actually, it's his course, he said, hey, put your Instagram link in there. So I put it in the thing. He goes and looks at it, and he's like, bro, why in the hell would I follow you? I don't, who are you? Are you the girl or the guy? Because there was a picture of me and my wife. He was like, what are you into? Your page tells me nothing. And he was like giving me constructive criticism, which I'll take criticism all day because I can learn from it. And just not applying any of the actual course to my social media, but just his critique I was like, okay, cool. That's exactly what I wanted. So I went from that and I changed all of my social media. I said, you know what? I'm going to tell people what I'm doing, what I'm about, what I offer. And I started posting that way and it just started growing much more rapidly.
I like that. Now I'm still struggling with mine too. Like I'm gonna use that information. I'm gonna really niche down on mine. I thought I might like just thinking and like in hindsight, I thought like my stuff was good, but I'm really just thinking about it. I really need to start niching down too.
That's like critical. And then you got the cross niche. So you find your niche and then you cross it, niche down as deep as possible. And then just continue to tell people what you're about, what you're doing, what you offer, because we all have something to offer people, you know,
Yeah.
like with social media, there's just everybody's on it. So there's a ton of people out there that are waiting on you to bring them or show them or guide them to what they need. But you have to niche down. That is like, and again, my page is very little. My engagement is not even that big, but just doing that little critique, applying that critique that he gave me, totally changed my social media to the point that I've had people reaching out to me. Like I don't run any type of ads or anything. I'm not like I'm still really deep into studying the course. But without running any type of ads, I have people reaching out to me asking me, "Hey, can you train me? What's up? I need a program." And it's critical about niching down and then telling people what you're about.
I imagine. That's kind of cool that they're reaching out to you though and you're finding clients.
Yeah, yeah, it was dope. I was like super hyped about it. Yeah.
So what is your favorite workout plan? Do you like supersets? Do you have a specific workout style or regimen?
So circuits for me, just it's kind of like a high intensity interval training. And again, that goes back to when I was in prison, um, where you're not guaranteed what they call rec. So in other words, they call rec. Everybody goes out to the rec field. You might get 45 minutes, maybe an hour to do whatever you're doing out there. And for me, it was just go boom, 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 workout because the whole cardio thing, the running laps and jogging, I've never been into that. I don't enjoy it. So my way of training, I'm just constantly doing, I'm hitting my sets, boom, 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 minimal rest period, hit another set, boom, boom, boom. Um, Calisthenics are really my biggest thing that I love. Um, I add weights into it, but calisthenics like pull-ups have been my absolute. If I could only do one exercise, it would be pull-ups because when you're doing a pull-up, especially when you get in tune with it, you can work your entire body from your core up. You can hit with your doing pull-ups. Um, so I always implement those in every workout. But no matter what I'm doing, if I'm doing weight training or calisthenics, it's all about just do my sets, boom, 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 minimal rest period, keep going, keep going, keep going, so that I can get my cardio in my workout.
Understood. Now, do you try to motivate your close family members and friends to work out too? Do you find the need to?
That is like it's so funny, man, because I here at my home, I've had my sister, two of my sisters, and my mother come and live with me. Um, and I'm just like, you guys see what I'm doing every day. You see how I'm eating. You see I'm out here working out every single day because I'm doing it for me, but I have goals and I'm like I'm motivated to do what I want to do. Nobody's telling me to do any of this. I'm doing it on my own. But you guys are over here cooking baking brownies and just leaving them all over the place. Like there's pans of brownies and cookies everywhere and cakes, cupcakes. I'm like, man, do me a favor and how about y'all put them things up? And so I would try to motivate them and be like, hey, you guys need to eat better. You guys want to exercise. But honestly, it's like it's way easier to reach people, to motivate people, to encourage people that aren't your family. I don't know why.
100% in everything you do.
Yeah, I have no idea why that is, but that's just the way it plays out.
Maybe it's just to teach us adversity through life. I have
Right?
no idea. Seriously though, it's crazy.
It is.
So, what do you notice works best for you as far like getting results and staying consistent?
What do you mean, workout wise?
Just in general, I suppose my mindset, workout wise as well. Yeah.
So I'll just give you the combination of what works out best for me.
Okay.
Number one, the intermittent fasting. So I combine that with a thermogenic. So I'm constantly taking a thermogenic. I'll take a thermogenic for the rest of my life, which is a Are you familiar with thermogenics?
Yeah, it raises your core temperature so you can burn more calories, right?
Love it. It keeps I'm 43, so it's much more challenging at 43 than it was when I was 23 or even 33 to keep myself in like fat burning mode, to hell, just to have abs. I mean, at 43, that's not an easy task. So I use a combination of like the intermittent fasting, the thermogenics, um, and then keto diet. Keto diet has been like absolutely critical. I love keto diet. I love teaching people the keto diet. And then just doing the type of workouts that I do back to back. When I combine all of that, it's like, for me, it just works out perfectly. If I change that, like quit doing the keto diet, or I'm not using a thermogenic, or I'm just eating whatever, it's not nearly as easy to be at the point that I enjoy being
Understood. So, what type of advice do you have for those who are trying to lose weight?
at. Advice?
Yeah.
Oh, I got some great advice for them. So here it is. You can tell me all day, hey, I want to lose weight. My mom tells me, my mom's 60 years old. And she's constantly saying, oh, I want to lose weight. Okay. Are you going to do what you have to do? I mean, just here's a nutrition plan. I actually made her a nutrition plan, a really great one. But if you want to lose weight, it's not about how bad you want. We can want and want and want. That doesn't change anything. Are you willing to take action? Are you willing to hold yourself accountable? Are you going to be dedicated? Are you going to sacrifice? Because if not, then it's nothing's going to happen. So it's not about how bad you want it. It's about how bad you're willing, or how hard you're willing to work. Are you going to dedicate? Are you going to sacrifice? Are you going to create self-discipline? Are you motivation is just like a fire, right? You light the fire of motivation. If you don't fuel it, it's just going to burn out like any other fire. So you got to create momentum behind all of that. And you got to start to believe that you're capable of losing the weight, right? So for people that are sitting around saying, oh, I can't lose this weight, right? They're telling themselves that. They've automatically cast failure into their thinking, which again, we are a reflection of our thoughts. So if you're telling yourself, oh, I can't do it, I can't lose this weight, I've tried this, I've tried that, you've given up on yourself. So don't ever give up on yourself. Tell yourself that it begins in the mind. Tell yourself you are capable of doing it. You can do it. You're going to do it. You believe you're going to do it. Start speaking it, telling people that. And ultimately, that's what will come back to you. And then the next thing, cut out all the breads. Breads are absolutely horrible. If you want to lose some weight, cut out bread. I mean, if you just do that, game changer. Cut out breads, then start cutting out the sugars, the sodas, the pastas, and all the stuff that tastes good. Cut it out.
That is going to be so hard for me.
No, see, right there.
No, but jokes
This,
aside, though.
no, right here, right. This
Yeah.
is when I'm dealing with clients. That's exactly what I tell them. Hold up, stop, listen to what you just
I
said.
just set failure up for me.
You did. You
Yeah.
cast doubt into your thoughts, right? Into your head. You're hearing it, you're speaking it, you're believing it. That's going to be so hard for me. No, it's not hard.
That's
It's only
beautiful, man. I like how you caught that like that, too. That was sick.
it's only hard because you just said it was hard. Now,
Yeah, for
if you
sure.
flip that, see, and that's the name of my program is called Kill Switch, right? So
Yeah.
if you flip the kill switch on that type of thinking, right? Remove that type of thinking, blanket it with positive thinking. And you say, you know what? This shit's going to be easy. I fucking got it. Why? Because I want to be bigger. I want to be better. Not saying you're going to physically be bigger, but you're going to be a bigger person, right? You're going to be better than what the shit that is holding you back and holding you down,
Exactly.
right? You're going to conquer this stuff.
Yeah.
If you start just saying that in your head, you hear those thoughts. Now you're going to speak them instead of saying, this is going to be hard for me. No, this shit's easy. I got it, right?
Yeah.
You believing that. That doesn't mean that you're like arrogant or cocky. It's just you believe in yourself, right? Because look, if you don't believe in yourself, nobody in the world is going to believe in you. Number one, you
Yeah.
got to believe in yourself, right?
Yeah, 100%.
There you go. So that's my advice to anybody that wants to lose weight.
Dude, that's great advice. Absolutely great advice.
There you go.
Now, where do you plan on taking your brand?
There's no end to it. To be honest with you, it's infinite. Honestly, I feel like I'm at the very bottom, and I feel like there are no limitations for it. I feel like I've got the direction. Like everything that I'm able to offer people, I've known it all, but I wasn't I didn't have the direction of putting it into a program where I could offer it to somebody the correct way. Now that I have that, there's no end to it, to be honest with you. Um, I'm going to take it as far as possible. That I'm going to keep trying. I know there's going to be roadblocks, there's going to be bumps, there's going to be setbacks, but I'll learn from that and keep growing from there. But ultimately, my goal is to help as many people as possible, to help them overcome their, like, we all have fears of trying new things, right?
Yeah.
But once you learn to overcome that fear and say, you know what, I'm going to try it. What's the worst that can happen? I make a mistake, I fail at it. That doesn't mean I'm a failure, because I'm not going to give up. So ultimately, I want to reach as many people as possible, in order that me reaching them, I'm able to help them change their life mentally, emotionally, physically, the whole package. That's where I plan on taking it.
I absolutely love that. Very good goal. Now, this is the final question that I have right here on the paper right here. So I'm just going to ask it. Where do you plan on going towards in the future? Like, as far as your goals, not even fitness related, just in life in general. What are your goals?
So, well, my goals are constantly making progress of whatever I'm involved in, wherever I'm at in life, just constantly progress, constantly learn, constantly be able to do more so that I can help more, so that I can share more.
Hmm.
Progress is my main goal. Like, I always try to keep myself in a state of happiness. That
Hmm.
doesn't mean that I don't get unhappy or get aggravated or get upset about things, because we all do, no matter. And you mentioned earlier, like, a love state of Zen.
Hmm.
Um, that's like a state that most people don't reach. Honestly, I don't even. I know I'll never reach that. I know that
Failure mindset right there. Failure mindset right there.
I'm gonna tell you why is because, like, in studying that, like, it's when you try to sit it right, when you try
Hmm.
to sit and meditate, and I told you that, like, there's only negative and positive. Neutral is, I don't know where they came up with that, because when you try to sit and meditate and find absolutely quiet, so absolute quiet, absolute darkness, there's nothing, right? That's like a state of Zen. But the thing is, if your brain is alive, no matter how quiet you find, your brain is still firing. There's like synapses in your brain that are still firing.
Yeah, that's
It
true.
is absolutely impossible to find quiet, just total quiet, total darkness.
To cease to exist.
It doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So in that to me is like the level of Zen that is a goal of mine, but I think that I'll only reach that when I die. And I'm in
Yeah,
no
straight up. Yeah, I
yeah,
agree 100%. That
right.
is awesome. So this is what we're gonna do. Do you have a YouTube? I know you have an Instagram. Do you have any other pages as well, or any other links that you want to share with the audience that's listening right now?
Yeah, so my YouTube is it's Kill Switch. Or if you look up my name, Bryan, Bryan Bruton, Bruton, it pops up there as well. I don't do my YouTube videos that often. I've got a small channel, but I just, because I'm doing my fitness on like Instagram and Facebook, I don't really get on YouTube that often. However, as I'm ironing out my platform on Instagram and Facebook, I do
Mhm.
plan on getting back on YouTube, because I really enjoy it. YouTube's pretty cool.
It is pretty
Um,
cool. So what I'm
yeah,
gonna do is I'm gonna leave a link to all your platforms in the description down below, guys. So make sure to click that so you can see all the stuff that he's doing and you can get motivated. This guy is absolutely amazing. He's absolutely killer. Kill switch. Let's go. Let's get motivated and change our lives.
that's what it's about, man. Flip
That's
the
what it's
kill
about.
on all the negativity that holds you back in life. Because look, if you don't flip the kill switch on the things that hold you back in life, you're just constantly stuck wondering, why can't I get past this shit? All you gotta do is flip the kill switch, blanket the negativity with positivity, and move on, progress in life.
There it is. Easier said than done, but you can do it. You just gotta flip the kill switch. I love that. That's awesome. So is there anything else that you would like to say, like anything that I didn't cover or that you just want to get off your chest and let the audience know, like any motivation, insight, anything right now, whatever you feel like
Um,
saying?
like, I just know that so many people, we all deal with adversity, right? Every
Yeah.
single day. And you got to realize that the only person that's holding you back from getting over that adversity, the only person that's ever truly in your own way, is you. That's the only true obstacle. So, in dealing with that every single day, try to analyze the situation try to step back from it and look at it and say, you know what, I can get past this. I just got to believe in myself. I got to flip that kill switch of negativity and just move forward, progress in life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my advice for people.
Absolutely love it. Dude, your motivation is I'm so inspired to be real with you. Like, you have no idea how much I've taken from this talk that we had today. Like, not determination, dedication. Dedication is a word. I was trying to find out, like, with my YouTube page, how I'm going to structure it, and I'm thinking about like content pillars. Like, I want my thing to be about control, taking control of your life, being, determined. But determined is not the word. I'm replacing that with dedication, because dedication is implementation. You know what I mean? Like, determination goes into that whole want theory. You could want it all you want. You could be, you could really be sold on something, but if you don't discipline yourself to take those steps, like, it's all pointless. There's no meaning behind it, you
Yeah,
know?
for
So
sure.
I learned so much, dude, about mental discipline. I'm really gonna just like kick fear off, like fuck fear, and just get this thing completely out of my system so I can really start achieving my goals, because I need to.
That's what it's all about, man. Hey, look, we got one life, just one. You can believe whatever you want, right? But
Yeah.
there's not a single person that you know today that can come and tell you, hey, bro, I'm back. I died last week, but I'm back. And if they do tell you that, you need to get the hell away from them, because they're probably crazy, right? So you got one life, right? Every single day that you put off your goals or your ambitions, the things that you want to do in life, is a day you will never, ever get back. You're not going to get it back. Yesterday's gone. You're not going to get that time back. And coming from me, a person that spent 11 years in a cage, I can't get that shit back. So I learned the value of every single day is precious. Take full advantage of that fucking shit.
Yeah, for
Make
sure.
Don't make excuses. And that's the thing too. I tell people all the time, you can make an excuse. The only person that cares about that shit is you, right?
Yeah,
I can make
right?
a bunch of excuses. I could tell you this, and you'll be like, yeah, 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 yeah. 5 minutes after I'm going, you forgot about that shit, because nobody cares about an excuse. So don't make excuses. Chase your dreams. Figure out where you want to go in life and pursue it relentlessly.
Dude, that is some hardcore stuff right there. Really deep. Seriously.
Cool.
That is awesome. Now, do you mind if for like highlights and stuff like that, if I mention like this whole like prison story, this is all going part of the interview. You don't mind like me
I'll
sharing
post,
everything?
yeah, no, post it all. My
All right,
stories,
cool.
it's all over the internet. Yeah.
All right, perfect. All right, cool. So I'm gonna be using probably some of the highlight clips from like that little portion of it, just kind of get that clickbait in, so people are just like, "Oh, sick! I'm gonna click this."
It's
You know what I mean?
hooks,
So
hooks, hooks. So you got hook,
exactly.
story, and an offer, right?
Yeah, for
Those are
sure.
the main things. So hook away.
All right, thank you. Perfect. I think this was a fantastic interview. What did you think about it?
Hey, I absolutely loved it, man. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I appreciate you even reaching out to me.
Dude, no
So have,
problem, bro.
in fact, anytime you want to jump on,
Dude,
if any this didn't work out, let me know.
yeah,
I'll
for
jump
sure, I will. And dude,
on.
I just want to say too, like, these are one of those, like, this hour that we spent talking here today is
Yeah,
something is this is memorable for me. I'm just gonna keep this for the rest of my life. This conversation that we had is like one of those talks. When you have one of those talks that are like super critical to you, like you'll always look back at those, like a mentor or like something like that that's gonna really continue to like inspire you.